Sit upright, relax, and be still. Not leaning forward or back. You want your upper body resting neatly over your hips. You want to be upright physically to maintain alertness. You want to be relaxed, shoulders relaxed, so that you're not expending needless energy, tensing yourself in some way. And you want to be still. Being physically relaxed helps to relax your mind, and being physically still helps to still your mind. So upright, relaxed, and still. I will begin and end with 3 rings of the bell. Eyes are closed. Where are you right now inside the world of your experience? What's actually present in awareness? Check in with what's actually present, what is felt, sensed, experienced inside your mind and body. There is darkness with eyelids closed, disconnecting from the visual environment. So there's darkness in the visual field. Sound suddenly becomes a little more vivid, as does silence. There may or may not be sense of smell and taste, but you can at least be aware of whether or not there is. There's a sense of touch, touch sensations scattered throughout the body. You can feel where your hands and fingers are resting. Feel your feet touching where they're resting, the seat or the floor or cushion. Your thighs touching whatever you're sitting on. Various other touch sensations, lips, teeth, tongue, eyelids, eyeballs, clothing here and there. Air on your skin, more subtle touch-like physical sensations, the breath in the nose and throat and lungs, the movement of the ribs and belly with the breath, feelings of weight, pressure, heat or cold, tingling, vibration, discomfort, and other physical sensations might be in the belly. This is around lunchtime. So either hunger or feeling satiated. Both sensations have a kind of feeling tone, emotion, or desire, wanting or satisfaction of a want. Those are very subtle. Notice feeling tones. Every little element of your experience might be pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. There may be a kind of global feeling tone, a mood. similar to mood is energy level, state of mind. Are you wakeful or groggy? High energy, kind of like excitement or anxious. Low energy, kind of like boredom, being tired. Notice contents of the mind and other qualities. Is awareness focused or scattered, foggy or clear? Are there thoughts, images, words, expectations, preferences afoot, wanting this to go a certain way? Spend a little time looking around within to see what else is present, if anything. Notice awareness itself and how various items became the focal point when we directed our attention to them. They came into view, they were already present in the background. Attention brought them into the foreground. Let's utilize that process by foregrounding awareness of breathing. Just pay attention to your breath. Mentally look at the breathing process. Feel it coming in and out in the nose, throat, lungs, without controlling it. Just gaze softly, a kind of mental gaze as opposed to a mental staring. Gentle gazing, soft gazing. Just attentive awareness of breathing without straining at all. Simply settle your awareness on the breath. Notice the qualities of the in-breath versus the out-breath. In-breath probably cooler, out-breath probably warmer from the body. Is there an energy feel difference? In-breath might be more energizing, vital, lively. Out-breath, not so much. So follow the breath on the way in and out. Let that be the simple place where attention resides. Just kind of dwelling, awareness dwelling in breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Aware while you're breathing in that you're breathing in. Aware while you're breathing out that you're breathing out. Simplifying mental activity by anchoring awareness in just that. In, out, in, out. Let's do that for a while in silence. Nothing else to do. The breath rolls in and out on its own, like a wave on the shore, rolls in, up the sand, and then rolls back into the ocean. Each in-breath is like a little wave of air from the oceanic atmosphere, rolling in, and the out-breath, it recedes back into the atmosphere. The ocean does it. The wave doesn't do anything. It has no resistance. Water seeks the path of least resistance. The ocean tide does the work. So let the atmosphere breathe you effortlessly. Just ride the wave in and out in awareness. Soothing, calming, hypnotic, flowing. In, out. And for the next few or several breaths, without changing the breath at all, investigate the process. Just noticing all the different little things that you can notice about the breath, whether it's short or long, heavy or light, shallow, deep, warm, cool. Energy feel to the in-breath, out-breath, and anything else. Does it feel silky or smooth, coarse or fine? This is simply a more heightened mindfulness of breathing. Examining, not merely looking, but examining. And now, within the examining mode, look for one particular detail. Where in the breath cycle do you physically sense the breath the most? Could be the flow of air in the nostrils, in the throat, in the lungs. Could be the movement of your ribs. Could be the movement of your belly or some one part along the way. Just see, where do you feel the breath most physically or easily detected in any which way? Look for that now in the next few breaths. You don't have to be certain. But if one spot or two seem to be the most prominent, just pick one of those. Or if it's one, just stay with that. And focus narrowly on only that spot. If no spot emerged, just pick one. And if you can't pick one, I'll assign one. The movement of the belly as it expands and contracts. So either you found one, chose one, or go with the assigned spot. Let's all narrowly focus now on that tiny little part of the breathing cycle. This is really zooming in narrowly. And just like we did with the entire cycle, just watch that spot as it moves with the entire cycle, making that spot the bullseye for your attention. But let your gaze again be soft and gentle. Just stay at that spot, anchor awareness there in silence. In and out at that spot. Now slip out of focusing on the breath and fall back into awareness itself, more like the ocean rather than the wave. And let's go back to the same place where we were after scanning every part of ourselves and just kind of be aware of all the things that appeared during the check-in. So instead of zooming in, zoom out. Instead of narrow focus, broad focus. And just be aware of everything that's in the field of awareness. Breathing, bodily sensation, emotion, thought, sound, darkness, smell, taste, touch, thoughts, images, words. Allow all those things to just be without doing anything about them. Let them come and go freely in the spacious field of awareness itself. Just be the awareness, letting little items wave up and down. Something forms, it's like a wave, and then it disappears like a wave subsiding. Whether it's a thought, a sound, doesn't matter. So be the ocean of awareness, or the entire field These are metaphors. In other words, just be without doing, without resistance, letting the stream of consciousness flow freely. Completely let go of doing. Let yourself just be awareness. Just let go. When you're ready, open your eyes. Feel free to move around a little bit before I entertain any other issues. I always like to state what we did so you remember it, because meditation as an altered state is kind of like dreaming. If you don't take a note when you wake up from a dream, you might forget. So we sat upright, relaxed, and still, and closed our eyes. I rang the bell 3 times. We began with a check-in, where you become aware of whatever's going on, what's actually sensed, felt, experienced in your eyes closed inner world. So the first major thing that usually comes to awareness is the darkened visual field, disconnecting from the visual world. Sound becomes prominent. I went through the various senses and then bodily sensations and desire and emotion connected with hunger and whatnot, and more subtle things like energy level, mood, state of mind, contents of mind. I pointed out how awareness, attention directed at each item brought it into focus, although it was already in the background. Attention brings things into the foreground. I had you look around to see if there was anything else that we didn't notice, and then direct that attention flashlight, so to speak, at the breath. Just noticing it coming in and out. I made some remarks about how it's wave-like, and I suggested that the atmosphere is like the ocean and the air coming in is like a wave rolling into the shore and rolling back out into the atmosphere. And had you just do that in silence for a while. Then I asked you to pay heightened attention to the qualities of the breath, the details of it, to examine it, which is a kind of different mode other than just watching. It's investigative. We did that for a while to bring you into deeper mindfulness of the breath. Then I asked you to look for one specific thing where you actually felt the breath the most. And you either found a place or picked a place if one didn't stand out, or if you were indecisive, you went with the suggestion of the movement of your belly. And then you focused narrowly on that one spot. We did that for a while. which calms the mind. Focusing calms the mind. And then after a while, we let go. That was narrow focus, like being in the little part of the wave, and then we more like the ocean, broad focus, going back to just being aware of all the things in the field of consciousness or the stream of consciousness. And then we rang the bell. And that was that. Okay.